Hello, dear students. I hope you all are fit and fine and enjoying our online sessions. I'm sure now you all are set with our online sessions. So, students, till now we have completed 5 chapters. I'm sure you all must be reading the chapter and practicing grammar. So, today we are going to start with another chapter. This is also a very interesting story related to spider web. So, let's begin.
Chapter number 6, The Story of Arachne. Okay, children, this is again an interesting story. This story is from Greek mythology, and you all will come to know why do spiders spin webs. Okay, children, now I'll ask you certain questions and we'll discuss the answers also. Okay, have you ever seen a spider's web? Discuss these points in the class. Okay. First of all, I'm sure you all must have seen a spider's web. Right, children? So now, why does a spider weave its web? Okay, spiders use their web to catch prey. They also weave the web as a safety line when they are in danger of falling or if they want to throw themselves into the air. Okay, next question. Do you think the threads of the web are strong? Why? Yes, the threads of the web are strong because there are so many proteins lined up together. Okay, children, next question. Are you afraid of spiders and spider webs? Okay, children, I'm sure most of them are not afraid of spiders and spider webs, right? Okay, children, now let's start with the story. Read this story about a girl who was proud of her weaving. Okay, once upon a time, a young girl by the name of Arachne lived in Greece. She was not only beautiful but also very talented. From morning till noon, she would sit out in the sunlight and spin the finest threads. Then, from noon until night, she would sit in the shade and weave the finest cloth. Everything that she wove on her loom was lovely. She used cotton, silk, and wool to make cloth. Every piece of cloth that came from Arachne's loom was thin, soft, and bright. People came from all over the world to see it. The fabric, they said, looked so gorgeous that it seemed to be made from the rays of sunlight and threads of gold. There is no cloth or yarn in this world that is as beautiful as mine, said Arachne proudly, as she sat in the sunlight and spun. Okay, children, there is a girl named Arachne. She is very beautiful and she has the beautiful skills of spinning and weaving, and she is proud of her skills. So now let us see meanings of the new words. Loom, a machine that is used for weaving cloth. Okay, now let us read further. One fine afternoon, a passerby stopped to speak with Arachne. As she was weaving, who taught you to spin and weave so beautifully? Then Arachne said, I learnt it on my own, said Arachne. The passerby was surprised and added, Is it possible that Athena, the goddess of wisdom, has taught you to weave? Perhaps you don't know it? The passerby told that Athena the goddess has taught you, but you don't know it that Athena has taught you. But now what did Arachne said? Arachne answered vainly, Athena, are you crazy? I am sure she cannot spin such skeins of yarn as these. So Arachne was very proud and confident that nobody can spin like her. Okay, children, let us see meanings of the new words. Passerby, a person who walks past you on the street. Skeins, a large piece of thread or yarn that is loosely tied. Okay, children, let us read further. Just as she had finished speaking these words, Arachne saw a tall woman in the doorway. The woman had wrapped around her shoulders a long cloak. Although her face seemed attractive, it was stern. Suddenly, Arachne felt that she could not meet the woman's gaze, as her grey eyes were so sharp they almost cut through her. I am the goddess of craft and wisdom. My name is Athena. The woman spoke. Arachne, I have heard that you have been boasting about your spinning and weaving skills. Can you really weave as well as I can? So, now Athena, the goddess of craft and wisdom, had come to meet Arachne. She was telling to Arachne that you are boasting about your skills. You can weave better than me also. So children, let us see meanings of the new words. Stern, very serious and strict. Boasting, talking in a way that shows that one is too proud of something. Okay children, now let us read further. Arachne very proudly answered, Oh yes, most certainly I can. She said, Yes, I can weave the best. Athena was not pleased with her response. She was not happy. Then let us do something. 3 days from now, we will have a weaving competition. You will weave on your loom and I on my. The great Zeus, the mighty god, shall be the judge in this competition. If he says you are a better weaver, I shall never weave again. But if my work is judged better than yours, you will have to stop using the loom and the spindle. Do you agree? So now there was a competition between Athena and Arachne. Now Arachne is already confident. Now what will she answer? First, let us look at the meanings of the new words. Spindle, a thin pointed rod used for spinning wool into thread by hand. Okay children, let us read further. Yes, I agree, said Arachne without thinking. Arachne didn't even think even once a moment that she will lose. She was sure that she will win the competition. We shall meet soon, said Athena, and she disappeared. The day of the contest arrived, and hundreds of people gathered to watch the goddess and Arachne weaving. The mighty Zeus sat among the clouds and watched. It was Arachne's turn. She took her threads made of the finest silk and began to weave. She wove a web that was so marvelous that those who saw it were amazed. Everyone was happy to see Arachne's web. It was so light and delicate that it could float in the air. And even then, it was so strong that one could trap a lion in its web. Okay, children, let us see meanings of the new words. Marvelous, wonderful. Okay, let us read further. People praised the different colors in her work. Everyone was praising Arachne. This is why she boasted of her skill. The people said Zeus himself admired the beauty of Arachne's work. Now it was Athena's turn to weave. Her yarns came from nature. She took the sunbeams from the mountain tops and some white wool from the summer clouds, the blue summer sky and the bright greens from the summer fields, and the purple from autumn woods. From these yarns she wove the most enchanting web. It had pictures of flowers, gardens, castles, men, animals, mountains, and gods. So her web was more beautiful than Arachne. Okay, children, let us see meanings of the new words. Wisdom, the ability to understand things and make decisions. Enchanting, pleasant, and attractive. Okay, children, let us read further. All those who saw it forgot everything about Arachne's web. Arachne herself was ashamed. She sobbed and wept and said, "How can I live now that I will never use the loom or the spindle?" She kept on weeping. Athena felt sorry for Arachne. She realized that the girl would be unhappy if she did not spin or weave. So Athena's web was so beautiful that everyone forgot Arachne's web. And even Arachne was ashamed. She started crying. And now Athena was thinking that this girl will become sad if she did not weave. I wish I could free you from this pact, but this is something no one can do. Now you must keep your word and never work with a spindle or a loom. However, I can change you and give you a new form so that you can spin and weave without your tools. So children, what did Athena do now? Athena then touched Arachne with her spear and changed her into a spider. So the spider ran under the shade of a tree and began to spin and weave a beautiful web. Since that day, all the spiders in the world have been spinning webs. Okay, children, let us see meanings of the new words. Ashamed, a feeling of shame about something one has done. Spear, a long stick with a sharp point at one end used for hunting or fighting. Okay, children, let us see till now what you all have learnt. I'll ask you some questions. Yes, who was Arachne? Yes, Arachne was a young girl who lived in Greece. Okay, next question. What was Arachne known for? Yes, Arachne was known for her spinning and weaving skills. Okay, next question. Who was the woman who came to meet Arachne? Yes, Athena, the goddess of craft and wisdom, came to meet Arachne. Okay, next question. What did Arachne draw and what did Athena draw? Yes, Arachne drew a marvelous web made of the finest silk that one could trap a lion in its web. And Athena drew the most enchanting web which had pictures of flowers, gardens, castles, men, animals, mountains, and gods. Okay, next question. Who won the contest? Yes, Athena won the contest. Okay, children. Now let us see some pictures related to this chapter. Okay, children. Now this picture is of loom which is used at factory. Okay, we have already learnt that a loom is a device which is used to weave cloth, but the ones which are used in factory are called power looms. The automated weaving process sped up weaving production significantly, and thus the textile industry benefited enormously from the invention of the power loom. Okay, children, now this picture is of loom which is used at home. Okay, this picture is of skeins of yarn. These are similar to a ball, but it is formed into an oblong shape. Yarn can be pulled either from the outside or the inside of a skein of yarn. Okay, this picture is of Athena. Athena was believed to have been born from the head of her father Zeus. She was known as goddess of wisdom. Athena was perhaps the wisest, most courageous, and certainly the most resourceful of the Olympian gods. Okay, this picture is of Zeus. Zeus was the first of the gods and a very imposing figure, often referred to as the father of gods and men. He is a sky god who controls lightning and thunder. Zeus is king of Mount Olympus, the home of Greek gods, where he rules the world and imposes his will onto gods and mortals alike. Okay, children, now it's time for activity. Okay, how long does it take for a spider to spin its web? We have seen some facts about spider, but we don't know that how long does it take to spin its web. So let us find out. It will be great fun